Hello dear viewers, in this video we will discuss the limitations of octet rule. As we discussed, the elements are existing in the form of molecules or in the form of compounds to complete their octet or to complete their valence electron. But there are some limitations of this rule. That limitations are divided into two parts, that are failures of octet rule and incompleteness of octet rule. Although there is small difference between failure and incompleteness, but these two are the parts of limitations. Failure means in some compounds or in some places where this rule doesn't apply, so it fails. That is known as the failure of the octet rule. But in many compounds, there are some properties of the compounds which are not given by the octet rule. Means that is the incompleteness of the octet rule. This is the small difference between failure and incompleteness. But these two are the parts of limitations. First of all, we will discuss the failure of octet rule. There are some failures as well as incompleteness of octet rule. The first failure of octet rule is incompleteness or incomplete octet. In many compounds which are existing in nature, they don't complete their octet or they don't complete their valence shell. They are not having 8 electrons in their valence shell, but they exist in nature, or they form stable compounds with each other. For example, group 1 elements, group 2 elements, or group 13 elements compound. Let us take one by one each. For example, in case of group first element, lithium chloride. Although in this case, chlorine has completed its valence shell. It has 8 electrons, but chlorine has only one valence electron in its valence shell. After making bond, chlorine has completed its octet, but lithium has only 2 electrons after making bond, so it has incomplete octet. Next example is beryllium hydride. This is the compound of group 2 elements. Hydrogen has only one electron in its valence shell. It has only one shell, and we know that there is capacity of only 2 electrons. So it is an exceptional case for hydrogen. In each compound of hydrogen, it has completed its doublet after making bond. But after making 2 bonds by beryllium, it does not complete its octet. It has only 4 electrons after making 2 bonds. Therefore, it has incomplete octet. it does not complete its valence shell, as its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2. It has only 2 electrons, and 2 electrons are shared by each hydrogen. By sharing 2 electrons, it has only 4 electrons. It does not have 8 electrons even after making 2 bonds with other atom. Now take another example of group 13 elements, that is boron chloride. In case of boron chloride, boron has 3 valence electron in its valence shell, whereas chlorine has 7 electrons. 3 lone pairs and 1 electron is used for making bond with boron. After making bond with boron, each chlorine has completed its octet, but boron, it does not complete its octet. After making bond with 3 chlorines, it has only 6 electrons. So, it is also an example of incomplete octet. Next limitation is odd electrons. There are some compounds which are existing in nature, but they are having odd number of electrons in their valence shell. Let us take the example of nitrogen compound, that is nitrogen oxide or nitrogen monoxide. In case of nitrogen monoxide, there are 2 atoms, nitrogen and oxygen. As nitrogen has 5 electrons in its valence shell, whereas oxygen has 6 electrons in its valence shell, and 2 electrons are used for making bonds, or in the other words, there are double bond present between nitrogen and oxygen. After making double bond, oxygen has completed its octet, but nitrogen, it has 7 electrons that are odd in number. Third limitation is the expanded octet. There are some compounds which are having more than 8 electrons in their shell after making bond, but they are stable in nature, or they are existing in nature. For example, group 15 compounds and group 16 compounds. For example, in case of phosphorus pentafluoride, in this case, phosphorus is the central atom and fluorine are the surrounding atoms, and phosphorus makes 5 bonds with 5 fluorine atoms. After making 5 bonds, each fluorine atom has completed its octet, or they are having 8 electrons. But phosphorus, it has 5 valence electron in its valence shell and 5 electrons are shared by 5 fluorine. So total 10 electrons are present at phosphorus after making 5 bonds with fluorine. So it has more than 8 electrons, or it has expanded octet, but it is stable in the nature, or it exists in the nature. Next example is group 16 compounds. Group 16 compound is SF6. In this molecule, sulfur is the central atom and fluorine is the surrounding atom. When sulfur makes 6 bonds with fluorine, each fluorine has completed its octet, but sulfur has 12 electrons, or more than 8 electrons. It also has expanded octet, but it is stable. These are the failures of octet rule. Next is the incompleteness. Incompleteness means the properties which is not given by the octet rule. First is the structure of the compound. When elements are combined together, they form compound or molecule. They are having definite geometry, that is known as the structure of the compound, which is not given by the octet rule. Next is the relative stability of the compound. This relative stability is also not given by the octet rule. In nature, some compounds are more stable and some are less stable. The relative stability of different compounds are not explained by the octet rule. So these are the limitations of the octet rule, which are not given by this rule. That's all from my side. I hope this concept is clear to all of you. Thank you and have a nice day.